How do you know the difference between real and fake coconut? By going to a coconut tree and be like, oh yeah, that's the real one. Other than that, I don't fucking know. I don't work for Mojo. I don't work. I don't know if I don't work for them. What's the famous coconut water now? Like Harmless Harvest. I don't work for them things. Like, I just go by their word. It say organic. It say real coconut water, and that's there. But if you want a real coconut, take your ass to Jamaica and Haiti and Hawaii and Tahiti and all that. You feel me? And do your thing. That's the only way to know. If that's where you want to put your mindset and operate out of fear and worry and shame or guilt, then do your thing. You're never going to know. How do you know your meat is real? How do you know your dairy is real? How do you know everything else is real? If that's how you're going to operate, you just putting yourself in a traumatic state for no reason. You're not going to know unless you work there, unless you're the owner. You feel me? The number one medicine is called love. If you're going to consume anything in fear, worry, shame, or guilt, you putting yourself in an environment for you to get sick. You might as well eat it in love and eat it with a free, in a free mindset. Like the state that you in at the moment, when you consume something, it alters the food that you eat. You could be drinking the tea that I recommend. You could be eating the fruits and the veggies and everything that I recommend. But if you're in a fearful state, if you're in a shameful state, if you're in a state of worry, if you're in a state of fear, a whole lot of low vibrational, which are chemicals being released in your body, you basically ruining the medicine, because those are the most important medicines, which are the free medicine, which is the state and the environment that you are currently in, which can make you sicker than anything, quicker than anything that you could put inside of your temple. So stop operating out of fear, worry, shame, and guilt, and infuse some love into your food, because you don't know. What you gonna do to know? You're gonna start calling, Harmless Harvest, trying to find out if it's real. They're gonna tell you it's real. You're gonna go undercover and see if they got coconut trees over there. You're not. You're just tricking yourself out of health for no reason, like trying to be a scientist. You wasn't a scientist when you ate the chicken nuggets. You wasn't a scientist when you ate the pig feet. You wasn't a scientist when you went to Arby's to get the meats. You wasn't a scientist when you went to Wendy's for the fo. You wasn't a scientist when you went to White Castle for the crave case. You wasn't a scientist when you was doing none of the bullshit. You wasn't a scientist when you went to get the Hennessy. You wasn't a scientist when you went to go get an eighth and get a Dutch. You wasn't a scientist when it came to killing yourself. But when it comes to healing yourself, you want to be a scientist and want to know where this comes from, where that comes from. Nah, nigga, keep the same energy when it's time to fuck yourself over. But when it's time to heal yourself, you want to be a researcher. You want to operate and worry. You should have worried when you was drinking that 40 ounce. You wasn't worried then. I'm just saying, you feel me? When it's time to love yourself, free your mind and allow yourself to love yourself. Because when it's time to kill yourself, you freely allow yourself to kill yourself with no worries or no shame or no guilt. So keep that same energy when it comes to loving you, and allow yourself to be loved. Accept love. Free yourself. Free your goddamn mind. And you will win, because love always wins. It's the law. LAW. And remember, peace is a weapon. Heal them with peace. And if you're going to be loyal to anything, be loyal to your peace. Get out your own way. Get out your goddamn mind. Fake ass Einstein when I research everything.